Welcome back to my channel. It's Adornisa, and today I'm back with another video. And by the title of this video, you all can see that I am back with another episode review of the TV show Sistas. So, first let me just say I did record a review last week for last week's episode, but like the lighting and everything was completely off and it was horrible. And I kind of some way messed up my camera settings, so like my lighting has been off. So that video lighting was so bad, I couldn't even bring myself to even post that video. But I did record a review about it. I just didn't, upload it because I wasn't satisfied with how it looked. So I am back with episode 17, just to give you all a review. Like I said, I did record episode 16 review, but I wasn't satisfied with it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just start off with the latest episode. And if you are new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also give this video a thumbs up and also leave me a comment down below. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. So this week's episode was a little bit better. It was kind of like leading up until like the next big things that's gonna happen within this show. So it wasn't as slow as episode 16, but we are kind of getting, I guess, like the adrenaline and excitement for these plots to all come out into play. So we start off, I believe, with Zach in the jail, him and the cop. I don't even know the cop name. Is it Carrie? Sherry? I don't know her name. So we start off with Zach and her telling Zach how she's so disappointed in him and she just can't seem to let go whatever Zach did to her in high school. She keeps, feeding on to that or whatever, and she's trying to make herself relevant in Zach's life, but it's like, ma'am, you're not relevant. You have no right to be going off on him as much as you are going off on him, because you don't really know who Zach is. You knew who he was as a teenager, but you don't know who he is as a man. And for her to kind of believe that he had the drugs on him and that he had the credit card fraud, that kind of just showed you that she don't know who Zach is. She was just trying to make the moment about her, it kind of seemed like, but it's like, girl, you're not the one in jail. Like, and then she's always mad from last episode because Zach used his phone to call Fatima. And so she seems to be mad because he's calling other women. And it's like, what do that have to do with you? Like, you and Zach are supposed to be cool. Y'all exchanged numbers, but he never called you. Unless she's still mad about that. So I guess she's like, okay, well, you called all these other women, but you ain't never called me, and we like exchange numbers. But it's like, ma'am, let it go. Like, she just seems to be keeping her frustration and built up animosity on Zach or whatever, and taking it out on him, calling him a low nothing. And it's like, how do you have all this energy and hate for Zach when I thought the last time Zach was in jail, he apologized for what him and his friends did in high school. So why are you still hanging on to all this? Like, sis, let it go. And she needs to let it go. I'm okay with her not coming back because she is annoying. I don't understand her purpose. Like, I don't understand her purpose and why she's so mad. Like, I just think she went in too hard on Zach. Like, you went in too hard on him for you not to know him the way that other people would probably know him, like, as an adult or whatever. So, I was ready for that scene to be over because she was getting on my nerves. Like, she was trying to make herself relevant in the situation, and it's like, ma'am, you're not. So, moving on. So, the next point that I want to bring up, of course, is, I'm not going to any certain order because, y'all, honestly, I don't remember how this went. So, I'm just going up with the main moments that happened. The next moment I want to bring up is Danny and meeting Preston's sister at the airport. I guess she flew in or whatever. And, she met Danny. Danny's still kind of, apprehensive about the situation because, I mean, his racist brother just came up to her and threatened her and called her out her name and different things like that. So when she saw his sister, it was kind of like, okay, what do you want? Like, are you, you know, like, are you in the same boat as your brothers? Like, I don't trust you or whatever. And she's like, no, like, I'm the one to introduce y'all or whatever. And so I'm not like that. My brothers are crazy, but my mom got them together. But I kind of see, you know, where Danny's coming from, as far as if one person in your family has issues, then all of them may have certain issues. That's a part of the reason why I'm kind of hesitant on, you know, doing things like that. But I can definitely see why Danny's guard is, you know, so up, because it's like, I just, you know, I just had this crazy thing happen to me, and, you know, y'all gonna act like, you know, everything is okay, and then more family members are coming out, and it's like, okay, who is real and who isn't? And so Danny gets home, and, you know, Preston cooks for her and everything, which I really do like Preston. But Preston just has a lot to learn. You could tell that he was definitely raised differently. Because I don't know what he was thinking to invite his sister to Danny's house without telling her. Like, that just wasn't the right thing to do. Even though, like, if it was like Zach or somebody, or, you know, like Karen or Andy or Sabrina, then that's understandable, kinda, because she knows those people. But she don't really know your sister. And for you to just invite your sister over there and have dinner for all of y'all and not tell the person who actually pays the bills there that somebody is here and she's coming out the restroom, it's like, okay, you're a little bit too comfortable. And I think with Preston, Preston definitely has a lot to learn. He's just so, I guess, so nice and country that he thinks a lot of things are okay, but, like, they're really not okay. So, of course, you know, Danny is gonna, you know, hold her composure, but not really just go off on you, because you could tell she wanted to go off on Preston, because I would have went off on Preston. Like, don't invite nobody in my house if I don't know they're in my house. Like, I was nice enough to let you stay here and for you to get away from your family, but you're going to invite a stranger inside my house even though that's your sister. I don't know her. So he was definitely wrong for that. And moving forward, I just feel like he needs to not look at everything. Okay, let me dig a little bit deeper. I don't know if this is what Tyler is trying to portray, but I think by Preston inviting his sister over without Danny knowing kind of gives off the impression of white privilege. You know, sometimes Tyler likes to hide different things in his, you know, shows or whatever. So with white privilege, Preston is probably so used to doing things without having to ask, without having to, you know, have any type of consequences or anything like that. So the fact that that's how he was brought up and that's like the life that he has lived, he thinks that everything is okay. And he thinks that because he has this white privilege, that everything is okay. And I think that is what Danny is going to school him on. Like, even though you was raised like that and you live a totally different life than me, that's not how it works. So I think that's kind of where you can see what Preston kind of does, like, with his actions. Because he does get away with a lot of things that a normal person wouldn't be able to get away with. And I think that is the reason why, because of this entire, like, white privilege that he may have had since he was a baby and that he's still having as an adult. So moving on to Sabrina, Maurice, and Jacoby and their entire situation that's going on. I'm just going to say this. I don't trust Jacoby not one bit. However, I do think Maurice was a little bit too harsh, you know, on him. Because, you know, men don't like being called the B word. And for another man to call a man a B word, that's like the ultimate disrespect. So you can kind of see Jacoby getting mad about it. Like, look, I don't know, like, what you own or like what you used to, but don't call me that. And he's absolutely right. Like, I love Maurice, but it's like, Maurice, you can't be walking around here calling people the B word. And I don't really like how Sabrina tried to take up for Maurice, but she can't stop judging Calvin. And it's like, ma'am, it's the same thing. So it's like you're taking up for Jacoby and his misinformation about Maurice and his prejudgment of Maurice, but you can't look at yourself in the mirror to see where you have prejudged Calvin on so many different levels. And come to find out, Maurice just had a crush on Jacoby. So I guess he was trying to play hard to get. But at the same time, it's like, Maurice, you can't be out here calling men the B word. Like, I love Maurice, but it was definitely out of line. And as far as Sabrina and Jacoby and their situation, it seems like he's up to something. Like, when they were at the bar, he kept trying to, like, get her drunk or whatever. And, you know, she wanted to leave, and he was like, no, like, don't leave. He just seems like he's up to something. Because it's like, okay, why are you trying to get this girl to drink, and then you're asking to go to her house and have another drink? Like, if we being real with this whole Sistas, we're like, what, y'all? Even though we gonna have 17 episodes, we only, like, what, a week in real time? So, like, you only been knowing this dude for, like, what, 3 days? So it's like, you already allowing him, you know, to be in your space if he already, you know, have some reservations about it. Like Maurice told you a little bit of things. You know he likes, you know he knows Alonzo. So it's like, you getting a little bit too friendly with this guy. But like I said, I think she's doing this to try to keep her mind off for Calvin. And, you know, make it seem like she's not worried about Calvin. But we know that she really is. Moving forward with that situation, in next week's episode, my prediction is that Jacoby may try to start something. I don't think it's gonna be something too bad, because if you, like, follow their Instagram, he's already shooting season 3, so we know he's gonna be in season 3. So I don't think it's gonna be like another Alonzo Maurice type situation. But I do think he may cross the line in some aspects, or Sabrina may give in and then, like, instantly regret any decision that she had made. So we do know that something's definitely going to happen between her and Jacoby, just for the fact that he's shooting season 3, so he's coming back. Now we have Miss Andy. Ugh, I couldn't live without looking at Andy. Like, I ain't even playing. Like, Andy just irks my soul to the level of, like, girl, like, how stupid can you be? And I already knew something was going on when she went to Karen's salon and told her, you know, like, hey, like, I feel like I'm behind in life. So when she was talking about that, I kind of knew that some BS was about to follow that particular statement. Andy, of course, you know, she says she's over Gary, but she not over Gary. You know, she still loves Gary. She's in love with the married man. And she calls Gary and asks Gary to come over and speak to her because she feels like she needs closure, blah, blah, blah. Gary gets there and, of course, gives his Oscar-winning performance about how he's sorry and his ex-wife filed the divorce papers, and it was actually her that was doing all the work, so he don't have anything on himself anymore. And honestly, I feel like Gary probably forced that girl to sign them papers. He probably threatened her to sign them papers, and she did. Cause I don't think that whole storyline is finished. Like, I don't think they're done. I think they're gonna come back sometime. I do not think they're done. So all we know, you know, he could have forced her to sign those papers, and him telling her how he loves her, and then Andy talking about, you know, how she loved him, but she feel like she's behind in life, and that why did he do this to her? Why, you know, just a bunch of BS I could care less about. But fast forward, he had the nerve to get down on one knee and propose to her with his ex-wife ring. And Andy acting like she's just the happiest person in the world. And I'm just confused as to what is the excitement about. Like, why is she so happy? Like, ma'am, do you not understand the craziness of this entire situation? And then she's like smiling and kissing on Gary, and, you know, just act like she's so happy, but it's like, this man, even if he had nothing to do with the entire embezzlement stuff, he's still, like I said before, he's jealous and he's controlling. Like, he bruised your ribs and you want to sit here and accept the ring and then gonna tell me you have to think about it? What is there to think about? Your answer should be no. But you should have said what you had to say to him and then put him out and keep it moving. And of course, once he's, you know, getting ready to leave, Karen walks in. And Karen was a little bit quiet this episode. The only thing that stood out with her was what I said last week when Andy told her that she's not over Zach because she's not over the pleasure that he gives her. And I told y'all, like, that's why she missed Zach, because she's missing what she can't get from Aaron. And that's why she kept coming back over to Zach. And eventually, that's why she's going to want to go back to Zach, because Aaron isn't going to give her what she wants, and she know that Zach will. How many times have they broken up and all they had to do was sleep together and got back together? So I think it's just going to be a ripple effect, and she's going to try to go back to Zach for that particular reason. Along with her feeling bad about accusing him of credit card fraud. And then, you know, Zach apparently is going to be moving on to Fatima. So that was the only thing that really happened with Karen. She had a little quiet episode, but I think her and any episode is going to come next week. One thing about Karen is that Karen loves to tell people what to do when her own life isn't together. She's very judgmental of Andy, but it's like, baby, your situation ain't no better. So she loves to tell Andy what to do, but she doesn't like to listen to when people tell her what to do. Like, she thinks, you know, Gary is this controlling, not good man, and he is. But it's like, Karen, Aaron is the same thing. You just don't know all of his dirt yet. But when his wife came in there to blow out her brains and her brother came to kill you, that should have told you all you needed to know to leave Aaron alone. But you didn't. So how do you expect Andy to listen to you with any advice that you have to give her regarding Gary? But next week, that's going to have a blow up. And Andy's supposed to tell Karen, you know, I don't care what you got to say. Which is true. Let Andy be stupid by herself, Karen. And you go ahead and be stupid with Aaron. And y'all just call it a day. Period. Finally, I want to touch bases back on Zach. And, you know, we just put in Fatima, the cop, and then Hayden a little bit with this final portion. You know, Fatima was getting ready to get off work. As she's get off work, she gets a voicemail from Zach telling her that he's in jail. And she's like, Zach, like, how many times has Zach called Fatima being in jail? This is like the second time. So Fatima's probably like, okay, sir, like, are you really the problem? And of course, I would have the same, you know, assumption too. And as she's leaving, here comes Hayden trying to be, I don't know what he's trying to be, but here he comes talking about, you sure gonna be busy tonight? And once Fatima got the phone call that Zach was in jail, she automatically knew that Hayden had something to do with it. So that's why she asked him, what did you do? And he was like, what? He said, but I don't know, you want to come to dinner? So Fatima already kind of peeped game. She already know that Hayden has it out for Zach because Zach is with Fatima. And Hayden can't get over a one-night stand and still wants Fatima after she has repeatedly told him that she don't want him. So once Fatima, why all their names sounded like Andy, Karen, Aaron, Fatima, Sabrina, Danny, Annie. Like, what all their names sounded like? Anyway, so once Fatima gets to the jail, of course, you know, she talks to another cop and she's like, I'm here to, you know, post bail for Zachary Taylor. What's his name? Zachary, what his name is. And of course, you know, the cop overhears and here she go with her little side eye. Like, she got an issue. Like, girl, you don't even know this woman. Let it go. And so by then, since she finally sees Fatima and she see how beautiful Fatima is and she see how bad Fatima is and she see that body, of course she gonna feel some type of way. Because Fatima is bad. In real life and on the show, like, that lady is bad. And so, of course, she gonna feel some type of way. And be in her feelings and give her sidelines and be very rude and disrespectful towards her. Talking about, Zach ain't got no bill. So, I don't know, you gonna sit on there and wait. Like, ma'am, let it go. Like, please let it go. So, Fatima makes a call to somebody, I need to talk to you about Zach. I don't know who that could have been. It could have been the people with the organization, but I don't know. So once, I guess, the officer has a change of heart and she talks to Fatima, still being rude to her, asking her, like, you a lawyer? Or, you know, how you know Zach and blah, blah, blah. So she finally lets Zach see Fatima. Even though she was rude about it, but she still lets Zach see Fatima. Zach comes in, y'all. Y'all, when the veil starts crying and stuff like that, I be trying to take him seriously, but I just can't take his crying voice or his like mad voice or his whiny voice. Like, I be trying so hard to take him seriously, but when he gets to crying when he gets to crying, I really have to like literally turn away from the TV, like, okay, I can't look at this man right here because like they're crying, it ain't it. But you know, Zach goes in and, you know, he's telling her how they got me for credit card fraud because my crazy ex or whatever think I stole her money. And Fatima like, did you? And she was like, no, I ain't steal her money. And he was like, that's not even the worst part. So she's like, what is the worst part? And he was like, they found coke in the truck. And she was like, what? So Fatima's kind of like, basically, I don't think she was accusing Zach. I think she just wanted Zach to tell her the truth so that way she could help him. Tell Zach, you know, like, just be cool. She like, just hold it, I got you. Just don't go crazy up in here or whatever. And y'all know Zach, he already stressing because if he go down again, he's going to jail for a very long time. And then to have like a kilo of coke, you are already going down on top of your probation, parole, whatever it was that, you know, you had before. And so as Fatima is leaving, she gives Hayden a call. And she was like, hey, like, actually, I am available for tonight. And once I seen that scene, I was like, Fatima better be a ride or die. Go ahead and set his ass up. Set him up. Because Hayden thinks he's, like, trying to be sneaky and stuff. But it's like, if he know Fatima like he think he know Fatima, it's like you don't think Fatima would have figured all this out. You don't think Zach was gonna call Fatima? Like, come on now. You say you know her, but you think she this stupid to believe that Zach did all this stuff by himself and you had nothing to do with it, when Zach has told her that you have tried to say things to her. And you have even given yourself up because every time you come into Fatima, you're talking about, oh, you want to go out because you're going to be busy. And she's like, how you know I'm not going to be busy? And he was like, oh, trust me, I know. You're telling on yourself. And you're supposed to be a lawyer? The fuck? No. So that is everything that I have for today's video. Once again, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Also, leave me a comment down below. Also, give this video a big thumbs up. And I will see you all next week for episode 18.